What up? It's your boy, Junior25 here, back with another video. We're gonna be doing something a little different. I usually make these types of videos whenever I'm like starting to lose interest in some stuff. So the reason why I slowly fell off, not fell off necessarily, but like slowly gave up on ASTDX was because I was hoping it'd be the same game before World 2, cause like that was genuinely fun, and that's why I inevitably, I don't know if I'm saying that word, but right, but yeah, that's why I like slowly just like gave up on ASTD and like slowly went into anime adventures. I don't know, man. After World 2, it fell off. It fell off. It did not really feel like it was the same game as it was a couple months back. I'm saying that as if I was in that time period. I can explain why it does not feel like the same game, at least for me. The Ascensions, I feel like that didn't need to exist. It could have been its own evolution, like other Tower Defense games. Why make it look like it's pay graded behind a wall? This is just an analogy. I'm not saying Ascensions are locked behind paywalls. Like why make it look like the illusion that you got the full evolution when really you don't got the full evolution? That's like Ubisoft. Wait, that's not Ubisoft. Wrong money greedy company. It's like EA begging you to pay for money to unlock full access to this unit. Don't even get me started about the current progression. I get that because I feel like in World 2 I think it changed up a bit. I'm not too sure, but in World 1 I enjoyed sitting there because it used to be such a chill game in World 1. I was so down and hyped whenever I got to the top of Snake Way to unlock World 2. But then like once I got there, it didn't really feel like the same game. I feel like it tried so hard to milk out of what other tower defense games have done. And that's what they're doing now. They're still copying things from other games that make other games successful. Like, have you noticed that they copied Anime Final Strike and their training system? I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but they copied that from another game, and I'm not too surprised, because like whenever Aizen was meta in Anime Adventures, they also copied the idea of that and made. I don't even know what that Aizen transformation is called. The Hogyokyu Aizen? I don't know. I forgot. Yeah, I don't know, man. I was hoping to like that the game would start from square one and go back to its original ways instead of just like copying other shit from other games. I guess not. They didn't learn why the game died. It also they also just weren't very consistent in their updates. They recently just did an update. They added cooler art. I forgot what it's called because like I don't watch the movies, even though Cooler was like somewhat a cool villain. I think Broly was a better villain, but he also didn't really make much sense in my opinion. I don't know, but he was still pretty cool to watch when he turned off your brain for lore reasons. And then they also did a final form buff version of like full power version Frieza, which actually makes absolutely no sense because like the Super Saiyan God Goku, you might as well go the full length and do Golden Frieza, but I guess that's not an option. I don't know, like what's going on in the thinking space of the devs. I don't know. What made World 1 so fun? Because I don't think I've yet to explain why it was so fun. Was because it felt like a chill game, and I feel like the direction of World 1 was so simple. If you wanted to get your previous unit to be very OP again, you do a trial, you get your orb, and that's it. You equip the orb to that unit, and bam, they're good. Now, of course, there's bound to be power creep. and those orbs don't even matter at that point. But even then, it was still pretty satisfying. It was pretty fun to get with a group and do trials. I guess you could say that was like their way of doing raids. But like I guess trials and raids they immediately made a standard to that by just like separating the two. So yeah. And then in World 2 I don't think there's even trials anymore. So yeah. But what actually made the base game fun besides trials, you were able to turn off your brain and just let things do the work for you in Infinite to do damage task. And I don't even think damage task even exists anymore, because when I was on it, nothing there. So yeah, you can just turn off your brain, let the things do the work for you in Infinite for the damage task. Because the moment they removed the damage task from ASTD, the old one, that kind of like crumbled most people's hopes. Because like some people like to do the AFK things, but like let them do itself, and then some people and then like after that, when they've done all the things they want to do, they like to go complete story, trials, heck, maybe help players. Because I was the type to help players. That's why I was like level 200. Don't quote me on that. I was in the triple digits somewhere. That's why I was such a high level. Because I was the player to help people on story, to help people on trials, to help people like even do anything at that point. Like I was like the guy to go to whenever you needed help. That's what made ASTD so fun. Being able to do things so easily, because like it is so satisfying when you like grind for father units, and like whenever you get gold and then you summon the specific fodder unit you needed. That's what I found fun. maybe that is just nostalgia speaking, but that's what made ASTD, the old one, not World 2 bullshit, old World 1. That's what made it so fun. It was so satisfying to gather all the things you needed, and then you just, bam, you evolve them. Of course, the gold requirement. I think there was a gold requirement, unless I'm talking about a different game. It was that was what made the game fun for me. But it is not the same game. It is not the same game. I was really hoping that like they'd go back to square one and go back to their old roots. I feel like that's what would have made the game consistently stay at 300k, because the game ASTDX was consistently at 300k. Now and then it went down to consistently 100k, and then now it's consistently at 80k players. That is a huge fucking fall off. Me and a majority of the old World 1 people were hoping it would go back to what it was, because it was such a good game back then. It really was such a good game back then. Like this game pioneered so much tower defense games that probably have died now, which is sad, you know. Let's say it was like a golden age era, and then like now I don't even know what you would call this era at that point. The golden standard for most tower defense games is now 20k or 50k or 80k players, and the standard back then was like 300k, 200k. Now you can't even hit 300k or 200k anymore. I don't want to play a downgraded version of another game, is what I'm referring to as ASTDX, because it copied ALS, it copied AFS, and now I don't even know what they're gonna copy at that point. Because like if they copy anything else, yeah, I'm genuinely just convinced they're like, it's just a desperate act of trying to get money at that point. Because like my friend said, when he bought 3x, they said that it was a 2.5x instead of a 3x. I don't know what to believe, man. Like it's crazy, man. It doesn't feel like the same game. I don't know how many times I gotta say that. Like, it doesn't feel like World 1. It doesn't feel like even it doesn't even feel like World 2, like early World 2, because early World 2 was actually somewhat still tolerable. Not that like World 1 was boring, but World 2 it was boring. I lost interest in it. But the moment they started copying other ideas from other games. So I get that you can build something from a blueprint, but when you're clearly stealing ideas such as conveniently placing down ideas from another game, because I'm still gonna stand on that point. Like, why would you release an Aizen update right after Aizen was updated in Anime Adventures? Like, y'all don't find that weird? Like, come on, man. That is such a sorry ass excuse of a game. Like, I don't know why, man. I don't know where they got this idea of just like copying other shit from other games, but yeah, I've had it, man. It's not old ASTD, so yeah. That's why I quit ASTD. That is my message. So yeah, that's all. Peace.